Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on the blogger site as an archive post thingy there, on Patreon for extra support, and any kind of updates and the such I usually go about on Twitter X. Today we're going to get Jedi Fallen Order episode later. There was some issues, mainly on the soundtrack part. By the end of the thing, there is like a set piece by the end of this episode. It has some music that was claimed by John Williams and something because it's Star Wars. YouTube managed to do a pretty decent job of just removing the music section. It's like 1 minute and something. It's like a set piece there. But the character audio can sound a little bit weird, but it's perceptible and audible. But it seems a little bit weird. You might notice or not, but it's just a heads up. It's on by the end of the episode there. And again, tomorrow is Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. We are getting along there, trying to do one like area per episode there. So it's been around like half an hour each episode. Because I don't want to extend. Sometimes we get 40 minutes, and if I do two zones, like 1 hour and a half, it's too long. I like clear one area, which is usually 1 or 2 battles per episode. I think it's a good pace there. And yesterday I did some live streaming on Elden Ring. It's not here. This is the VOD from last Sunday. Again, I always leave when it was recorded, the VOD stuff, so you have like a kind of reference there. The live stream from yesterday, I assume that I can manage maybe probably between tomorrow and Saturday I can launch that one. But again, you got the live streams there. I'm not doing a playlist of live streams, so people don't confuse with the VOD stuff, which is here, the playlist of the VODs. I think the VODs might be better for a later viewing because I removed the intro and the outro basically, and the breaks that I usually do between, on the stream itself. But yeah, basically is what I got at the moment in time regarding channel updates, at least that I can remember. But yeah, there's been I didn't pull up any article or anything like that. It's just quick mention regarding I've been seeing a lot of news and channels talking about this, and this is mainly instigated by the what we might call gaming mainstream media, the outlets like IGN, GameSpot, and all that jazz. They are trying to push Gamergate too. I was completely out of the loop on Gamergate 1, let's say that way. I still don't really know what they were trying to push out there, but this instance, this is people are trying to make this thing happen, mainly because the mainstream gaming mainstream media that usually covers gaming and everything, they are just from some years now they just pouring out poor quality articles. A lot of it is pressured by DEIs and ESGs and all that shit. I don't know, maybe because they need financing to keep their things going, because the content they are putting is not that bad. It's not that good. From the last years, also by the fact that even like the previews, I like to watch some previews here and there, but mainly for games that I want to. Again, even Kotaku, it's one of those that completely fell out of in terms of quality. I remember following Kotaku like 10 years ago. It had like some decent all around, from anime to gaming to some opinion articles. They seem pretty in line and very neutral in terms of what they say about opinionated in terms of personal beliefs and personal politics, which is something that a lot of people are going about now, even in terms of opinions regarding a game. You don't insert yourself in a game, because if you insert yourself in a game in terms of political views and personal views, you're just missing the point of playing a game. Because everybody, even the creators and the developers, when they create a game, based on their own biases, perspectives, lived experience, personal truths, whatever you want to call them, and that will reflect on the final product. And usually, great games don't. What they cover is story arcs and characters, and they try to approach themes in a more, let's say, philosophical way in terms of a broader sense. It's not personalized personalized in terms of the personal beliefs of the game director or some developers. They don't make a game taking into account certain rules and guidelines that some people might think that they need to be taken in. But yeah, they are starting to try, and this also comes because I saw an article again. I didn't pull out any articles. I'm just talking on the top of my head because I know this is something that they are trying to make it happen, and to a certain degree going to explode at least on these bigger sites like Kotaku, IGN, probably GameSpot, even though I'm not seeing a lot of GameSpot, but a lot of this kind of so-called indie sites or independent sites where they publish, they try to cover games, but they usually, some of them are now, some people found out that they are to a certain degree funded by the Department of Defense United States. One of these like Take This or something like that. I don't remember the name of the site, which is one site that it's supposedly covers gaming and do some stuff. Why the hell did that the Department of Defense is trying to push this thing here? Again, I know in a broader sense, I assumed it's going to be trying to push a narrative to so people that go against this narrative of the DII policies and the ESG policies that are trying to be put it in the games, that they the counter narrative will be considered people that are extremists, the isms, all that shit, so they can censor. Basically, I think that's the main goal of what they're trying to achieve here. And of course, these big sites, what we can call gaming mainstream media that cover games to a certain extent, they just they will buy up this thing because it will give them clicks, which is the main thing here for them. It's they just want clicks and they just follow up on anything that they are told to do so. In a broader sense, I'm not pointing out fingers to anybody personally, because to a certain extent some of them I believe they don't even know what is happening. They just told to write articles and give some opinions, and to a certain extent people are chosen to write some opinion articles based on their expressed views and the fact that they fit the slot there that needs to be filled, or they think that needs to be filled. But yeah, I will keep my eyes on it, and if again, this sparked a little bit regarding the Baby Ink Detectors team creative group guy there that has just made a group, and it is considered a curator, I think, which basically just indicating the games that this Sweet Baby Ink company, which is like, there is some nasty shit happening around there. They basically tried to cancel that curator group. They were just basically recommending and not recommending based if the game is or not, if this company has been consulting in those games or not. They recommend or not based on that. Nothing more. I checked the group. I've been around. Even the creator of that group reinforces that this is just basically to inform the consumers regarding that. They just don't want to target anybody in particular, or even targeting the company itself, and boycotting is just a way of the group itself serves as basically an information point there for people to know if that consultant company is involved in any game specifically. But the CEO of that company, the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, they try to cancel and cancel and ban that account and that creator group. by all means necessary. So far, it didn't work, and I don't think it will work because of based on the accusations they are projecting there. It will not stick, and usually these companies really don't need to don't need this kind of. It's not even drama because this is trying to push people, ban people out of the internet, which is it will not go the way they want to go. And my overall take is they are trying to do this mainly to divide people. People tend to forget that usually the main consumer will vote with his wallet by the end of the day. So if they think that the game will not be good, they will not buy the game, and they think if the game is good, they will buy the game. And we've been seeing a lot of decrease in quality of some games and some of the mainstream IPs. I think Spider-Man 2 got a decrease in quality in terms of storytelling and a lot of stuff there. I saw a lot of criticism. Again, I didn't play the game, so I cannot speak for myself there, but it's something that seems to be a consensus there. And I think even God of War Ragnarok saw a little bit decrease on something on the quality there in terms of story, and other games that these kind of consultant companies they do what they call sensitive reading and all that bullshit there to try to impose certain things so that the companies can show off to the guys that lend the money to have lower interest on those borrowed monies, so they can fund their games, which in the long run it will not work, because if you're just trying to ruin a game because you need to include some things because you have to, in the long term the game will not sell to justify the income to buy your loans to the company that you borrowed the money. So yeah, it doesn't work. In the long term, this will going to crumble. But yeah, they are trying to push with some funding in some companies from Department of Defense of the United States. There are some like movements happening there that I saw some articles referring that and calling out those particular companies. I think it's Take This or something like that. It's like a very generic name. They usually choose very generic names so people cannot find it very easily, these kind of companies, and I assume they are kind of scrubbed from the algorithm from SEOs. They are not optimized on purpose so people cannot find easily and get around and find information. Usually that's how it works. But yeah, it's my main overall take on that thing, that it's a bubble that is going to blow up in the near future, I think during this summer, and it will die down. A lot of people will discuss. I've been following up some channels here and there, so I can have at least a little bit of information regarding what's happening. But personally, I don't follow. I usually don't follow. I usually, regarding gaming, I see a lot of reviews for myself, and then I make a choose if I want to buy or not the game, and I usually vote with my wallet. Even if I try to get a deal here and there, when I do, I vote with my wallet. That's how I make my decisions with these companies, and it's one of those things that I always recommend for you to vote with your wallet, and to vote with your wallet in a more responsible way. I always recommend, don't pre-order, don't jump in on day one, just wait for the reviews, choose at least a handful of reviewers, especially independent ones that you can have like similar tastes, so you can have a better sense if the game is going to be good for you. Just choose at least a handful of independent reviewers. Consult the Metacritic also, see if there is like a broad consensus so you have like an idea what things are happening there. Check always user reviews if you can before buying the game, all that jazz before you, and make an informed decision on purchasing a game there. It's my recommendation. And if you like the game, or if you want to support a company, just do it with your wallet or not. Just use your wallet I think it's the most wise and long-term best way to go about this. And yeah, basically that's it. Let's go to the news a little bit here. We got the Summer Games Fest 2024 is going to. We have a date now, June 7. Hopefully, it's not going to be a sponsorship festival here, like the last Game Awards. There it was a little bit heavy on the commercials there. Hopefully we get more focus on gaming. This is going to be June 7th. Again, I'm not sure. I didn't even... Yeah, 4 days. That will take 4 days after Computex 2024. Okay, and I'm not sure how... If it is just like a thing, like a live stream. Yeah, I think it's similar. Like it's just a live stream here. Okay, hopefully it's not going to be a commercial fest like last time. Hopefully we will get more focus on new games and all that jazz. We got these AAA gaming veterans founding 2 more studios. Again, as you can see, there is a lot of layoffs here, but in the overall sense of things, when you are good at work and when you have let's say when your roles are more necessary than others, because as I said, I think a lot of these layoffs that we've been seeing is a lot of because of mergers and acquisitions, and then you got a lot of duplicate roles for the same role for several people, and that usually is not necessary. I'm not saying that all of those layoffs are pertaining to that, but I think a lot of them are, because we see some developers coming out. I assume it's going to be the most junior ones, less experience, or they have less time in house. Usually that's how things work. But a lot of people from HR things there, and like back office support there. I think a lot of those positions are the ones that get laid off because they are basically too many people for the same job. But then again, you get around and you see some ex game directors or people that were involved in the AAA scene. They get around and founding a lot of new studios. We're seeing a lot of this also. This is something that it's not very well covered. People just focus on the negative part, even though it happens. Got this guy Stig Asmussen. I saw some things regarding this guy. I don't know, I don't remember what, but I know it's the game director of God of War 3. I saw some news of this guy. I don't remember which ones. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to pronounce more about this. I don't know if there was even positive or negative, but I remember seeing his name thrown around mainly because of game director of God of War 3, mainly because of this. I think it's some opinions here and there, but yeah, it was also the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor game director here. Again, I will not blame the not the poor quality, the lack of refinement of Star Wars of Jedi Fallen Order in terms of some gameplay and design Q&A, like overall finesse there and optimization. Usually I blame on publishers because it's the publisher that decide to publish the game in those conditions. But yeah, going along, this guy founded the Giant Skull Studios. They're already working on AAA, supposedly AAA quality single player action adventure made with Unreal Engine 5, and then we got this Empty Vessel studio teaser. Interesting. It's just a teaser, 30 seconds, not much there. Who founded this? Spearheaded and CEO game director Emil Palalik, and CEO and general manager, whatever, both of whom worked at ID Software and Doom. The founding name also includes CTO, which was another Doom veteran, and again, they seem pretty competent people around here, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we might see some more budget-friendly games with some AAA quality on them, hopefully. But yeah, we will see. We got 2 more studios here. We'll see how it goes, what kind of games they are going to come up with. And last we got here from Saber Interactive to split from Embracer Group again. Embracer, because of that deal that went bust, I think $1 billion plus they were about to try to make around something. I don't know. It was like an investment. It didn't went through. I don't. I remember curving kind of what happened there. But the main thing is the business didn't went through, and they started basically trying to optimize because they were doing a lot of acquisitions and launching production of a lot of games. Taking into account they were about to finalize that deal, and because the deal didn't went through, they start cutting costs all over the place. And they are selling like smaller studios that belong that were under their umbrella, and one of those is Saber Interactive, I think it's called. Yeah, Saber Interactive. And it's going to be sold to Beacon Interactive, which to sell to Beacon, a company controlled by Saber Interactive co-founder. So the co-founder of Saber Interactive has this Beacon Interactive thing here, and this Matthew is going to buy Saber Interactive, okay, for around 250 million. Again, there's some specifics on the deal here. Saber Interactive will retain the following subsidiary studios after the split, so all Saber Interactive branded studios, so DG, branded, a lot of them, you never heard of them, neither do I. Fractured Byte, Mad Hat Games, New World Interactive, Nimble Giant, I think I read about this one, Sandbox Strategy, Split Gameworks, and 3D Realms. 3D Realms was Doom, I think, like the old Doom. But yeah, and Embracer Group will retain the following Saber Interactive subsidiary studios, so 34 big things, 4A Games, which is the Metro Games guys there. Aspire, I already heard about some games regarding these ones, I don't remember which ones. Beamdog, Demiurge Studios, it's not strange the name of this studio. Shiver, Snapshot Games, Tripwire Interactive, Tuxedo Labs, and Studios. Okay, this will be integrated throughout the Embracer Group in the upcoming period, because all of this were belonging to Saber Interactive, so they split it out. I assume a lot of it is because of the following quotes here. It's more about where the studios are located, a little bit there. I think that's why they went about this way. But yeah, and Saber afterwards, Saber Interactive will be granted the right to acquire 4A Games and Z Studios within a certain time period. So the Metro guys and Zen Studios, which I don't know which games they belong there, but if it decides to do so, long-term licensing and publishing rights to all current and future games in the Metro franchise will continue to be held by Embracer Group subsidiary PlayOn. We saw, I covered something from PlayOn yesterday, I don't remember what. I'm sorry, my memory is just shit. And then the pipeline of Embracer Group retained studios includes the next, okay, this is continuing with this thing, includes the next AAA games from A4 Games, an announced concept phase, yeah, so there is a lot of splitting, trying to split a little bit here in terms of the part of this deal. So basically Embracer doesn't take a huge hit in trying to maintain these studios and possibly closing them down. So Saber is going to do this acquisition here, and for sure we'll I hope they continue to do the games they are working in, and hopefully they are good games that they start to sell at least at a profit there. But yeah, basically you got quotes from both of them saying that they are very happy with the deal that was made there, both from Saber and from Embracer. From what they said, it's the best decision possible. They both basically define this situation as a win-win for both parties and for everybody involved that are on the studio. So there will not be at this moment in time. It's not going to be any closing of the studios there. It's good they managed to get around the decision, because or else I think Embracer will start closing down these little studios that in their view don't make money enough to keep them open. But yeah, this is news that I got to do. I'm sorry about the rambling there on the beginning, but let's go for some gaming deals. We got on Steam, we got Ni no Kuni, the first one remastered. Again, it's closing the deal there, but I brought this one up because we got Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom entered today basically on a deal. Now 84% off until the 20th of March. Again, it's the follow-up from the other game. And then we got the Resident Evil franchise. It's still a limited offer. Again, I cannot figure out when this will finish, this the Capcom sale. but take advantage if you want to buy any of the Resident Evil games at least. Again, I will leave everything on the description regarding the Resident Evil games there. On GOG, we got some games discounted. We got Firewatch. This seems a pretty decent one. It's very narrative driven. It takes around 4 hours or so, but I think it's a very interesting story from the reviews that I saw. It's got a pretty interesting art style. And yeah, it's pretty good, and I think it's a fair price for 75% off here. We got the introductory God of War kind of a thing here because they just got the game, the God of War, on GOG, so they start off with 50% off, so around 25 bucks. Again, this first one seems to be excellent from what I've been seeing from all videos and reviews that I saw. It seems a pretty good one. It's one of those that I will eventually go about and play a little bit there. We got Hollow Knight, 50% off. Again, excellent game from all the reviews that I see. Very Metroidvania kind of a thing there, 2D Metroidvania. Again, it's one of those that it's a must play. Then we got Limbo here, 75% off. Again, very quick game to complete. From the same guys that it's not Limbo from. I forgot the name. The other little game that they had. Yeah, Inside. Sorry, Inside. Inside is not on the deal at the moment in time. The same guys that did Inside. And then lastly we got Prey Digital Deluxe Edition. Again, for this price, 75% off. This is the Digital Deluxe Edition, so he has the DLC stuff there. Again, very underrated game. I already finished the gameplay series on this one, on the main game. It's got some issues here and there, mainly on traversing the environment, but as an immersive seems very, very, very good. Before I start playing, I know there is ways for you to get alternative endings very, very in very short time, like in 2-3 hours you can get around and finish the game on the alternative endings, but I wanted to choose one that it was more prolonged, let's say. But if you pay attention, you start to get an idea what kind of ending it is in the early game. And I talked about why I played the game, because it was a little bit obvious to me at the moment when the option appeared for us to do a mission to basically finish the game, let's say, in one of those endings. But yeah, pretty decent worth for this price here with all the DLC there. And yeah, basically for today this is it, guys. Again, I apologize for the earlier rambling regarding Gamergate 2.0 that people want to start. Not people, but again, the gaming mainstream media, let's call it that way. They just want to push this narrative because they need the clicks to a certain degree. But yeah, for today it's enough. Again, the Patreon here is more about extra support here. The extra support is at this moment in time focused on storage, for me to be able to get backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and a little extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, guys, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.